Too many Fortune 500 leaders show up on camera like they're in the witness protection program. Low energy, bad lighting, hiding from their own message, like they're afraid to be seen, let alone followed. Magnetic leaders don't hope to be seen. They make it impossible to look away. And if you keep showing up small, scattered, and unsure, no one will step up to follow you. I'm KATHRYN Janicek. I coach leaders at Fortune 500 companies. I also have 3 Emmys in television. I help people look more confident in this little box on stages, in front of their teams, investors, and the board. We take experts and transform them into influential and magnetic leaders. I'm going to tell you a little story of a client we had. Big company, global company CEO hired us to train the North American president. She noticed that this president was not showing up in these meetings the way he should show up. He wasn't facing a light or the window, for example. He was looking off into other monitors. People just could not see his eyes. They couldn't connect with him. He literally looked like he was in the witness protection program. His people, he led hundreds and hundreds of people. They couldn't connect with him during these online meetings. And he led a lot of people in a lot of states and a lot of countries where he couldn't see people in person generally. So he needed to use these online meetings. We went in and we fixed his office. We changed it up. We changed the direction of where he faces. We added lights. We fixed the camera. Boom! We taught him some things about like where to look. His employees felt so engaged immediately. People noticed immediately the change. And these are just basic tweaks. It took us a day, a couple hours. We met with him on Zoom. We went into his office. It's not a big deal. And this can happen to you. You can learn how to change and be more magnetic in front of anybody you speak to. Most people just show up for online meetings. They're not thinking about their executive presence, what they look like, what they sound like. And the scary part is they can come off really weak, like a very weak leader who doesn't have confidence. The tips I'm about to share with you are unbelievable. The transformation is going to help you show up with more credibility, make you more money, move up, and be a more influential and magnetic leader. Number 1, camera angle. Huge. If your camera angle is too high and it's looking down at you, you're going to look weak and meek. I don't want you to look like a weak leader. No one wants you to look like that. Your company does not want you to look like a weak and meek and small leader. So your camera angle cannot be too high looking down on you or at you, okay? You also don't want a camera angle that's too low and looking up at you. Let me tell you a couple things that can happen if that happens. If your camera's too low, so it's down, not at eye level, if it's too low, what can happen is, well, one is you're gonna have a lot of extra chins that you don't have and you don't need to have on camera. I don't want you to have those extra chins. No one should have that. You're not going to have the focus on your eyes where people will be able to focus in on the eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. I want people to be connecting with you in your eyes and not at a chin or at a double chin or a neck or the top of your jacket, okay? You get the gist on that, okay? I wanna make sure that camera is at eye level and right at, like if you had one of those levels, like literally your eyes to the camera, the middle of the camera lens should be level. That's where your camera should be. If it's too low too, it can look like you're looking down at people, and I wanna make sure that you are at even very level with the people you're leading and the people you're talking to. By the way, if you want a list of all the things that you need to remember before you go into an online call or any meeting, there's a link in the description below. Click on it and get our free PDF. The next tip is about lighting. You have to have great lighting, okay? I want you to know that this office that I'm shooting in right now, I am looking into a big picture window. Also, there's other lighting in here. There's artificial lighting. You want to make sure that you have good lighting. You don't want to depend on those ceiling lights that are like you're just putting lighting down on you. You're going to look terrible. You're going to look tired. You're going to have dark circles that you don't normally have. You have puffy bags that you don't normally have, all this stuff. And I know this isn't about looking like an Instagram influencer or glam, whatever. I want to make sure you look trusted and that you slept and that you're a strong leader and that you're confident and people could be confident in you. That's what this is about. It's not about looking gorgeous. And by the way, you can also look gorgeous with the right lighting. So I want to make sure that you have great lighting. So don't think that you just have to use what's already in your office, because it's probably terrible. When I do any kind of online meeting from a hotel room, when I'm on the go, when I'm traveling for a client, I take all the lamps from a hotel room and I put them out in front of me, and I make sure my camera's at eye level. I usually put it on my luggage and some other books, and I make sure so that that camera is eye level and that also all the lights from that hotel room are in front of me, not behind me, not on top of me. You want to make sure it's right where it needs to be. So lighting is super, super, super important. Take the time to have the right lighting. Next is body language. Your body language is super key. Have you ever interviewed someone for a job and they're like leaning back in the chair? You're like, do you even want this job? Leaning back says you're not into it. You're tired. You could just like do anything else in the world but be there in this meeting. Your body language should lean towards the camera and make great eye contact with that camera. Your body language should say, I'm here, I'm excited to be here, I'm on it, I'm gonna deliver on time, I'm gonna do the things that I promised, that I'm promising here on this meeting, because your body language is speaking volumes that you're not even saying. So make sure that your body language leans forward, it looks engaged, you're excited, you're magnetic, you're influential, all those things, and that you're here and ready to go and deliver. The next thing to think about is your audio. There are a lot of studies that show that people can do a meeting if the visuals aren't great, but if the audio's not great, they start to tune out. They don't want to watch it. They don't want to listen to it. So for example, if you're doing a podcast, you've got to have great audio or people are just going to literally tune out. They're going to listen to the next podcast or just shut it off or you take out their AirPods, right? You have to have great sound. Do not depend on just what's on your computer. Have some kind of external microphone, a podcast mic, a lavalier mic. Make sure the sound is great. Make sure your doors are closed. You don't have all this extra sound that might be terrible from the city streets, in front or behind you or whatever it is. Make sure you have great audio. It's very important for any online meeting. What you wear is also very important. Wear clothes that look great on you. Wear clothes that make you feel awesome. When you're looking at yourself in an online meeting, you're looking at yourself. If it's not a color that screams, I love you, you're not gonna be excited about that meeting. You're gonna be critiquing yourself. You're gonna be doubting your outfit. So please, wear things that make you happy. Wear things that look great on you. Wear things that compliment you, that aren't too tight, too baggy, that make you look like, you're sloppy. You want to wear things and colors specifically that look great on you. So think about those colors that brighten your face, make you look great, make you feel great, that don't wash you out. It's really important to wear things that reflect well on you instead of take away from you. I'm gonna give you one example about this. We coach a lot of people who are graying, people who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whose hair is gray or it's graying. A color that I like to tell them to back away from is gray, because it really washes them out. If they've got really gray hair, and then they're wearing a gray suit jacket, it can be not a great color for them. So think about just, putting yourself on camera, look at your iPhone or your Android, take some video of yourself, look to see, does this color look great on me? Or look back at your online meetings that are recorded and say, was that a good color for me? There's a ton of research behind the colors you wear. There's certain colors that evoke confidence. There's certain colors that say, I can be trusted. Look at that. Make sure you're wearing the right colors that say the message that you want to give, that you're trying to say. As a leader, it's also important to get your story out there. Media interviews create credibility. When people see them, they automatically think you're the go-to expert. I was just interviewed live on NBC News. In this next video I'm going to show you, I'm going to break down exactly what I did and what you need to do before a media interview so you're seen as the top expert in your industry. I'm going to show you how to own your presence so your audience doesn't turn away from the interview and you get the impact you want from the opportunity. I'll see you there.